right, what's up, y'all? What's up? What's going on? What's going on? We doing big things today. It's episode 20, so it's gonna be a winner announced for a Imperfect Nation gift card. 2, you don't just get to see, or you don't just get to hear my sexy voice today. You actually get to look at where the voice is coming from.
Damn, he said sexy.
Yeah, that's right. But I mean, we got a few people here. We got one by phone, but now that you can see us, except for one of us, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves.
Yo, you got Zach, Reverend Cleveland as always.
The bear is back. He's in the house.
What?
The bear. And you got Steven?
I'm Mike Floyd. And who we got on the phone with us today?
It's Eggs. Right now I'm in Creole, Louisiana. It's some weird-ass white people.
Like, is that just an assumption, or you just see a sign that says that?
His experience.
No, I said Creole, Louisiana. Don't look for it on a map. I don't think it's there.
It's a place you made up?
Just a region.
Yeah.
Hey, have you passed Iowa, Louisiana yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you should be coming up on it soon, next to that little racetrack out there. So, like Harris is saying, instead of just a podcast, and I mean, if you're listening to this, we're actually filming this now. So, if you're watching, it's gonna be kind of choppy. It's the first time we're doing it, testing it out, seeing how we like it. So, just let us know, give us some feedback, like how we did it,
Yeah.
What we're doing.
Especially if you win that gift card, you better give us some feedback.
Yeah, for real, because some of you gonna figure out.
Right. That's the price.
So let me bring up my little recent news articles and stuff like that. Hey, so Eggs, you still there, right? We didn't lose you yet?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, so I found this article, man, and I thought you'd be the good guy to talk about it because it's going to go into one of our topics we're going to talk about later on. But it deals with ISIS in Southeast Asia. The Philippines battles growing threat, and if you haven't seen this yet, ISIS has pretty much hung its flag in the Philippines right now. Yeah, so
the terrorist threat in Southeast Asia, especially the Philippines, has been going on since the end of World War II. I forgot the exact name of those bastards, but they've been chopping. They have various videos of them chopping people up. The fact that ISIS just now came in there, they just add a fuse to the fire. There's already been a sophisticated terrorist organization in the Philippines. ISIS just want to put some headlines on there and attach their name to it. It's like that freaking that dude in college that never worked, but he want to put his name on a project. Those bastards, all that happens is they just doing the same thing over and over again. ISIS came and said, "Hey, we're part of that."
Damn, dude.
Bullshit.
So you don't think it's as big a problem as CNN's making it out to be?
It's nothing new. It's just ISIS saying, "Hey, now we're part of it." Fuck those guys, man.
It's like, fuck
you. We don't go to Syria, man.
Yeah.
We go to Syria. Sorry. Don't get me wrong.
So if we get deployed to the Philippines, you gonna roll with us?
You go to Syria? Am I gonna go with y'all? Hell yeah! I'm trying to volunteer for overseas now, but my first sergeant trip anyway. Long story.
All right, Zach.
Hopefully, within the next 2 years, something will happen. And y'all be seeing me in a year or so, coming back some tax-free money. It's strippers.
Hey, it's still up to 80 G's tax-free, right?
Say again?
It's still 80 G's tax-free, right?
Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I need that, Egg. Sign me up, bro. Can I keep the beard, though?
Actually, no, the shaving standards are lax now, man. I can play with cats who have beards, dog.
Eggs, man. Hey, I'm going to be there, Eggs. I'm going to be there right next to you. All right? Just
hey, we need more people, man.
Hey, I'm going to be like, hey,
I'm this for everybody.
I'm gonna be like Private Ryan when the cap told him to just stand by the Sarge, man. I'm just gonna hug you, man. I'm gonna be holding on, Eggs. Don't let me go.
Please don't go. All right, so Zach.
Describe my job in the military. I'm the nigga that answers the phone when stuff goes down and wakes up the commander. That's all I do.
Just tell me where the hold and transfer button is. I got you.
yeah. I'm just a coffee guy.
The coffee guy.
All right.
Hey, so Zach, after homicide, black University of Maryland students demand change and get it. So, what's going on with this thing, man?
Well, from my understanding, I believe that the victim in the case, I believe he was a graduate, recent graduate, and he also was promoted as an officer in the military as well. But I guess the backstory is that this gentleman, he was with I believe a friend, and the perpetrator, the white gentleman, he had approached them, I guess with some kind of inflammatory language or whatnot. The graduate, the young black gentleman, the military soldier, he had stepped up, and this guy, he ended up, I believe he stabbed him, right?
Yeah, stabbed him.
He stabbed him, and unfortunately he succumbed to his injuries. But yeah, I mean, pretty unfortunate. And so I'm guessing now that the students, they went ahead and I guess now they're protesting actively, instead of passively, which is a good thing in some cases. So I guess now they're seeing the change that they want through their protest and activism.
Yeah, so the UMD president, he released his 5-part plan saying they're going to create a trained rapid response team for any hate-based incident, allocate $100,000 for the Office of Diversity and Inclusion to support diversity inclusion efforts and educate all members of our community, and creating an annual report on all hate-based bias incidents on campus, which will also include information about ongoing prevention, and asking the athletic council to work on explicitly prohibiting any hate bias symbols or action in the athletic venue. So pretty much, these kids, they can go to like a game with the signs and stuff. Mm-hmm. So make sure none of them have any like kind of
derogatory sort of like racial connotation.
Yeah, I mean, hey, apparently, they're trying to be proactive about it. I mean, although it seems like it is reactive, but I mean, the plan doesn't sound bad. I mean,
I mean, if it works, it works. But at the same time, that hate that dude had, that didn't come from just being at that school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not that it's ingrained.
So I mean, what is it? $100,000 to support diversity and inclusion efforts.
Yeah.
To educate all members of our community. I mean, we talked about it before, and I think we were all in agreement that education is needed at the forefront of this issue to kind of help tackle it. But like you said, Steve, I mean, hey man, like this is ingrained in these people, man, and they hold on to these particular beliefs strongly, and I mean it's gonna take a lot to try to get it out of them. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so our next article is gonna be for Harris. So he brought it to my attention. Our boy Tiger Woods, the Blasian, just got arrested for a DUI down in Florida.
Man,
what's going on with this, man?
I don't know what's going on with it, man, but I mean we all know he's been kind of ever since the fallout with his wife over those Denny's waitresses and voicemails and shit like that. The man ain't been the same,
Not at
I mean, he's been trying. He was the number one golfer in the world. He on his way to making $1 billion. $1 billion. $1 billion. You know what I mean? And then he had to, he got divorced, he got to split or whatever. But he just ain't been the same. Like, I don't know. Like there's a lot of people, black and white, that got interested in golf just because of Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
And if you look at the statistics, the ratings for golf, the Masters, the Open, things like that, they've declined since Tiger has fallen out. And he's been trying to get back on. Like I just recently read an article that he had another back surgery, and he came out and said that he's not 100%, but he's feeling a hell of a lot better than he has in years, and
good enough to compete.
Yeah, and I think it's the U.S. Open that's coming up. He was saying that he was going to be ready to compete in that, and that got people really excited. But now I don't know with this, this DUI that they just got, if that's going to affect him or not. But
I don't know, man. It's the PGA, so I don't think it's like the NBA.
No,
you get busted or something. I think this is more like, hey, it was Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah,
everybody getting drunk. Hey, calm your ass down. Like, take your ass in the house.
No, I mean like. I play golf. It's all right. But
You look like you play golf.
hey, man, I'm telling you, you get out there. I like being outside, but you get out there, it's quiet. I mean, you just do your thing, man. You just do your thing. But as far as for golf and in like a broader sense, you know, letting people know that this isn't like a white thing. You know, this can be for everybody. I would like to see the man, you know, at least get back into some form of play. You know, it's some form of competition. I mean, it sucks to see that, you know, he's back in the news, but just for, you know, some bullshit that he did. You know what I mean?
Yep. So, Eggs, we still got you there, right? Eggs, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, so we're gonna go into our little musical break, man. But after we get done with that, bro, we're what's the topic we're gonna talk about?
Rational and irrational fears.
So you prepared for that one, right? Right, Eggs? Since you scared of everything.
Okay. Yeah, rational fear. Like,
All right,
Yeah,
sorry, stand by, man.
Scared go to church.
He's like a god in Jupiter. Like, literally, wherever it goes.
Are you talking about Tiger Woods?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Jupiter, he's like a god there. Like, nobody fuck with him.
I wonder if I wonder if he has any irrational fears. You know.
Jacob,
serious
No, bro, I was there the other day. Like, Jupiter is right next to my house and shit. Like, he's like Tiger Woods, like you see him every day in the street, like walking.
Hey, Eggs, go ahead.
He's like
hey,
a god there,
if
bro.
you ask a question to me specifically, you're going to have to speak slowly, like I'm retarded, because the connection only picks up like every other word.
All right. So
Yeah.
we're going to go
So-
ahead and get started, bro.
Yeah.
So
So if it sounds like I'm retarded right now, that's why I'm feeling, because it doesn't translate like regular talk.
regular talk from, you know.
Yeah. So I'm not. Did you just make fun of my southern accent?
Hey, so we're talking about,
What's up, man?
you know, with the whole Manchester, was it the what was the name of the stadium? Manchester.
Manchester, England, the bombing.
Yeah, the bombing that happened at the Ariana Grande concert, and we were
Yeah.
talking about it offline, and we were talking about the differences between, was it isolation? I can't say that word.
Isolationism.
And interventionism, and how a lot of people don't like the fact that the United States is viewed as like the world police. So we figured, you know, let's just talk about this on the podcast to see like what everybody's thoughts about it is. So Zach, if you want to go and take that one off, man.
Yeah, so in light of the Manchester bombings, you know, I started thinking about, you know, with the current administration and a lot of the rhetoric that, you know, throughout the campaign and, you know, all about America, you know, we shouldn't be intervening in other people's problems and things like this. And I know that, you know, fighting terror was one of the big things on his campaign, that, you know, like promises and things like that. He wanted to defeat ISIS and stuff like that in 30 days and whatnot. But, you know, I started really thinking, like, you know, well, as America goes forth with this fight against terror, and apparently, you know, a lot of other places, they kind of benefit from it, you know what I'm saying, whether they're helping us or not. But, you know, I started thinking, like, you know, Floyd had did the article about internet activism and things like that. So I was, you know, it really felt like, you know, yeah, you know, it's unfortunate that this happened over there, but is this a problem really that the United States should be as concerned about with them? Because, you know, Europe has had their issues with terrorism, but like as of late, like there hasn't been any real foreign, you know, like foreign-born terror, you know, acted out on American soil. So, to me, you know, should we go forth with the rhetoric from the campaign, like as far as being isolationist, or should we just continue and be interventionist and continue to fight this war on terror on a foreign level when it's not really a problem here? So looking at this, go ahead, X.
There haven't been that much active terrorist attacks here in America because we've been so proactive at defeating them before they started. There have been attempts.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the cities. There was a long time ago, like 6 or 7 years ago, where FBI thwarted terrorist attempts throughout the United States and in Germany. So the terrorists are still looking. It's just that we're what you call a strong target. They're looking for more weak targets that's easy to go to, such as children's concerts and gatherings. With Ariana Grande concert, it was great for them because they know security was going to be relaxed, but you're not worried about children because she's so fucking innocent. But at the same time, once they kill a lot of those kids or people, they knew it would generate headlines. That was the main target. Mm-hmm. So the terrorists are here. They're plotting, but we're taking a very, very proactive stance against them.
So we're nipping
even
it in
before
the bud.
Trump got in office.
So we're pretty much like you're saying, like we're proactive. We're nipping it in the bud before it even happens, right?
Yeah. Even when I was at my other career field, they offered classes to many law enforcement to help identify terrorist threats.
All right.
And thanks to that, like government entities usually react before they actually attack. It's kind of like trying to predict stuff, but sooner or later it's going to fail, and they're going to give us a successful attack in America.
All right. So real quick before we delve into the actual topic of irrational fears versus rational fears, there was a study done earlier this year by the libertarian think tank with the Cato Institute, and it pretty much says it asks a question: how likely are foreign terrorists to kill Americans? And the odds may surprise you. So before we get into the actual numbers, let's just get some viewpoints from us as far as your personal opinions. What do you think? You think we're very susceptible or not?
I think we're more ready than we were back in 2001, but the terrorists actually get a very, very successful attack here.
Hey, Eggs, you still there? Eggs, you still there?
Yeah, then we just lost the connection.
Yeah, I think we lost Eggs. So that kind of sucks. But I think what he was trying to say that
try to get him back.
Yeah, I'll try to call him back in a second. But I think what he was trying to say was that we got lulled into like a false sense of security possibly, mm-hmm. And the fact that something like 9/11 happened, it kind of woke everybody up to be like, hey, we might need to kind of start watching our back, and not getting complacent with everything.
Yeah. I think one of the things that stood out that X said was we've become very proactive and seeking this thing out, versus just sitting back and letting it happen. So I think that was a very good point on his behalf.
I think that we, as with everything in the United States, there's no middle ground. Like, you either have the people on the one side that, oh, nothing's gonna happen, we're completely fine. You have the people on the other side like, it's gonna happen tomorrow, we're all gonna die. There's people here already. Shit's gonna hit the fan. But like, no one's in the middle trying to. I don't know. I guess trying to like keep an eye out for things, but not suspecting every single person of being involved or doing something.
So Jacob, I think you probably have a better perspective than we do, coming from from Haiti, and everybody's always like, hey, we need to go do this, we need to go do that every time something happens to that country. So do you think we cause more harm coming over there, with all the cameras and stomping around on the ground, or do you think we should just take a step back, let the country build, and then just support them in any way we can, instead of taking over the whole entire effort?
Well, I think that being the superpower of the world, like the U.S., we do have to make sure that we keep balance out there. We don't have to necessarily be the world police, but I believe that it's part of our responsibility to make sure that there is balance out there, because when things started happening in the Middle East, in Africa, Asia, when things start happening over there, then it's gonna roll down, it's gonna come down to us, because we are like the culture here. It's like so different. We have people from everywhere, and they're gonna be affected about it. And it's like life. It's like everyday thing. If you can take out the biggest guy, the baddest guy in the club or out there, then you are automatically you making a name for yourself.
Yeah.
And I think with ISIS and those guys, that's what they're looking for. Like, you know what? Let's take America out. And I know like they released I think last week the fact that they saying that Vegas is gonna be the next possible target.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
and stuff. So it's and that's the thing about like terrorism is just they're already creating that fear. Like, oh crap, you know what I mean? So people now are thinking about it, and I believe that us being proactive about it, like Egg said, it's the best thing that we can do right now.
And speaking of Eggs, can you hear us now? Eggs, can you hear us? We can hear you.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, so go ahead and finish your
Awesome.
thought, man.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead and finish your thought that you were saying before we got cut off.
Yeah. I was finished. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, I don't think it's likely, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen.
Oh, like an actual attack on American soil?
Yes.
All right. So going in with this the study with the Cato Institute, they're breaking it down by numbers, and it's going off of the 41-year average of terror, and it just breaks down by numbers. Like in a lifetime average, what are the odds of people being killed, or what was by terrorism and amongst other things? And it says that of foreign-born terrorists, a lifetime odd is 1 in 45,808. And then it goes further and it says your lifetime odds of being killed by a refugee terrorist is 1 in 46,192,893. Your odds of being killed by an illegal immigrant is 1 in 138,324,873. So again, it says these odds are based on the 2013 life expectancy, population, and death data for infrequent events. And then it says just some of the figures were assumed as far as like being killed by an asteroid. But it said that the terrorism odds are based on the 41-year average, and that was between 1975 to 2015. So what do you think? You think those numbers kind of reflect, or you think they hold any basis as far as people's fears, or what do you think?
Well, let me tell you why that's bullshit. Because how many murders committed in the United States of the last couple of years? Pretty much a lot. Now whether or not they were terrorists or refugees or foreign-born terrorists or domestic or some redneck in Portland, Oregon, the fact that the lives of law is the lives of laws. It's just, if I get killed right now, I'm not going to first ask the guy before he shoots me in the head, like, hey, where were you born at? So when those statistics comes, I'm not paying attention to something like that, because who are the murderers that they paid attention to, and how do you know if those murderers were from their refugee status? And how long are you in the United States before you consider not a refugee? You follow me here? There's just so many questions that's unasked. If some freaking dude that sits in a fucking office just comes up and say, you know what? Yeah, nothing to worry about, guy, because you know what? The chances of a refugee coming in and killing you like you did back in Southern Africa, that's nil to none. You're good to go, buddy. Fuck him. In my opinion, I don't mean strong. I don't mean to have any strong language, but I don't need some freaking dude sit up in a fucking office trying to tell me my odds of living, which is honestly not that good at this point.
So see, I feel like you give those numbers out to the general public, it's going to give people a false sense of security. Like, oh, the odds of this happening to me are really low. So why are we going to waste time trying to look out for it? Which I think is the wrong way to go about things. Like, just because the odds are low doesn't mean you can't stop trying to prevent it from happening.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's I'm sure that's the way a lot of people are looking at it. Like, oh, we don't need to worry about this. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Well, that's the thing, though. There's still a chance of it might happening, So we can't just sit back and become complacent.
Yeah.
You know, but that also doesn't mean that every refugee or every illegal immigrant is going to, kill you.
Yeah, I think that's a big
No,
thing
no.
there.
In most opinions, most people in that situation just want to come for a better life. You know, they're not trying to do what they did back at home. And even with the tax that we have, currently, a lot of it's domestic. Like like in Manchester. I mean, was that a refugee, foreign-born citizen?
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't read the story that much.
Yeah.
Was he a British citizen?
No, he was foreign born.
Yeah.
He's
So
foreign-born, fucker.
yeah, was the
right.
guy's name? Was Salman Abedi or something like that? I believe he was
something like
a
that.
refugee.
But y'all brought up a good point though. You're talking about he brought up the Portland guy, and a lot of people were mad because the president, he hasn't really, the tweeter in chief, he hasn't really tweeted nothing about these because these are homegrown terrorists.
Right, and yeah, you're right because
You're talking about, just want to make sure I get the story where dude was, he's talking shit to a Muslim chick, and then two people intervened, he stabbed him, and they both died,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and he's drawn criticism of the president as far as not responding to our domestic issues, as far as people being attacked who are of these different minority groups and being attacked by domestic terrorists. Usually they're extremists of the right wing or whatever little group that they represent. But yeah, he's I don't think he has yet. I mean, when that attack happened in Canada, it was at the mosque or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They end up killing a few Muslims, and he never said a word about it. But then something of the, not the Manchester brand, but something happened where the action was perpetrated by a Muslim or a refugee or something like that, and he was just all over it.
But see, that's also comparing Obama's administration where you had black children that was murdered, or whatever you want to call it, by police, which resulted in death, and Obama's all over it. But we had various police officers during his time, nothing that died, nothing was said from his administration.
Like what? For
So,
example?
I'm saying like when a lot of police officers died during the administration, he didn't give any. I'm gonna say he gave any thought. He just didn't say anything publicly about it.
Are you saying like
So
with the when what's his name? When Trayvon, when he died, he was like, "Oh, that could have been my son," kind of thing. But when an officer was, like, those two officers in New York were killed, he didn't like give a call or nothing about that.
Yeah, I mean, not only Trayvon Martin, he also freaking had his 2 cents in with what happened in Indiana. But like I said, like he sent federal, prosecutors or agents over there to help investigate from the DOJ. Man, the whole big idea, famous quote is, "That could be my son as well." But at the same token, police officers start dying by the dozens. I shouldn't say dozens, but dozens. Nixon said he didn't condemn the criminal actions or whatnot. The only criminal action he did condemn was invalid. Now, fast forward it to Trump administration, those geniuses. So every time something happens with legal immigrants, they want to broadcast that. But as said, what happened back over there out west, that freaking white dude killing those other white dudes, he's next to Neil. Based on that, I want to fault Trump for that. I'm not going to I didn't fault Obama for that. I want to fault Trump for that because he's just one person, one man for all this shit that's going on.
So do you think the hypocrisy though? Do you think it stands though? Do you think it's warranted that people call him out for it? Because, I mean, even I don't want to just keep harping back on the study, but I mean, apparently this isn't. It's an issue as far as in theory, but it isn't. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it isn't like these attacks are constantly happening here versus other parts of the world, but yet he's making it an issue. But then when we have these other issues continually going on, and there's nothing to be said about it. I mean, do you not think that plays a part, or at least should it warrants the criticism that he receives?
Yeah, his administration is definitely trying to capitalize on everything that happens as far as when refugees or terrorists commit something. Though they're trying to capitalize on fears. But yeah, to me, it's definitely hypocritical. What I'm trying to say is that every administration does it.
Okay. Yeah.
It's fair. It's fair enough.
But they only do it to pander to their cause, to their
So
constituents.
do you think he's possibly getting ready for gearing up for the next election? Because
This early?
Yeah, I
You
mean,
barely
it's
get,
all- hey, but
barely
that's-
getting
that's
started
what-
with this one.
But that's what it's all about, though.
yeah, I mean, because when you look at it, and when you look at his list of stuff that he told his voters he would do, he's technically attempted to do every single one of those things. So in their eyes, he's doing what he says he's going to do.
Yeah, you're right. I can't fault him for the attempt, although many of them haven't actually, proved fruitful.
Yeah,
but I mean, an attempt is still an attempt, and that's fair. That's fair. You can give him that.
And I think that's what the American people is going to look at. They're going to be like, well, he did try. And, he kept up with his word. And I think with at the end of these 100 days, he actually hopped on that and he was talking about, listen, I said I was going to do this, this, and this. And so far, this is what I've accomplished. This is what I've attempted to do. And people were like, you know what? He's being trustworthy so far. He's working on it. And given the way...
Go ahead, Aaron. She got something about that.
The thing is, the way things are going right now, you already know, like, when it's time for him to go back and go at it for the election, he's going to be like, here's what I've done. And I think for most presidents, the second they get in office the first time, they start working on that second. And I think he's working on it right now. Is he going to make it? I don't know. We'll see.
I think it's quite early. But,
Yeah.
You're right. Maybe that could be in the back of their mind.
Hey, so back to our rational fears and irrational fears. So back to the study you were talking about, like, I honestly fear asteroids and getting killed by cows more than I fear somebody stabbing me in the field. Like, honestly,
Bro.
like, I'm scared of cows. Like, that's why I eat them.
I'm not scared of cows, but you have to realize that they can fuck you up.
Yeah, like,
Hey, so
Them
that's
motherfuckers-
good. I see people opening up, and I appreciate that.
them motherfuckers are silent as hell, man.
But eggs brought up a good point. Eggs brought up a good point as far as like issues that arise domestically. There was a poll done by the Associated Press. They put it out, and the poll was done by the Black Youth Project, the Gen Forward, and they did a survey through the University of Chicago, and it went ahead and pretty much polled young minority youth, Hispanics, Latinos, African Americans, and Asians, and pretty much the key findings in the poll was that young blacks and Hispanics are more afraid of domestic white extremists than foreign terrorists. So to kind of tie it into what we're talking about, the issue with foreign terrorism around the world and its effects here in the United States. And then you look at, the people who are here, and it shows that, they're more afraid of the domestic issues that arise versus what's happening, on a foreign level.
Yeah, but the study was done in Chicago. I mean,
It was through the University of Chicago. I don't think there's anything.
I'm just saying. For the last couple of years, they was comparing Chicago to Baghdad. So
Right, you true. I mean, you're true about that, but I don't think that the people polled were necessarily from the South Side of Chicago. It was just done through the University of Chicago. So
Might still be
whom they polled and from where, that's not necessarily. I don't think it's in there.
That's the question. Where's the data coming from?
I'm gonna tell you a personal story. Way back when in
Like in
06
1820?
and 07, you know what I'm saying? Me and my organization had a chance to go overseas to participate, but we stayed in Kuwait. Now the reason why I say that, because the other job that I had, we actually lost some people. Actually, one person who got shot in the face from a traffic stop.
All right.
And well, like compared to what I was doing overseas and compared to what I was doing back at home, what I was doing back at home was a lot more dangerous because I had the chances of me, lose my life like that person did on a traffic stop and getting car accidents like many others did.
Mm-hmm.
So it was way more dangerous back here at home than it was for me overseas.
I can actually agree to
So
that. Yeah.
America is a very, very dangerous place. It's just that with all that stuff that's coming on, with people coming in, they're making it more dangerous. But we don't need terrorist help. you know what I'm saying, to add towards it. That's just my opinion. You know,
I think
it's hard enough trying to keep us under control.
I think that there's danger
It's hard enough
everywhere.
trying to keep us under control.
No, I mean, no, that's a. I mean, that's a good insight. I mean, because you've been around to experience it. So I mean, your personal experiences, you as well as Floyd. I mean, it provides good insight.
I think there's danger everywhere.
Yeah.
It just it gets highlighted by whatever the media wants to highlight or what the government wants to highlight. I mean, you remember back in the 90s, fucking Hillary Clinton said, blacks are fucking super predators. And so black males were highlighted as the worst of the worst criminals that were out there, and we needed to be stopped.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, for the most part, it's terrorism and Muslim refugees and Syrians coming to this country and things like that.
So you think it's everybody's getting their chance now?
I think it's just they fucking they spun the wheel. They spun the wheel, and this is what Atlanta. All right, this for the next 4, 6, 8 years is what we're gonna focus on. Now, that's not to discount the fact that there is actually some danger to it.
Yeah.
But does it need to be sensationalized as much as it is? I mean, I just want the facts. I don't want to hear about CNN and Trump and what everyone feels about it. Just tell me the facts. Okay, so and so blew up this for this. The reasons were this. You know what I mean? Like, that's bad. I agree that's bad. That's evil. But let's not. Just give me the facts, man. Give me the facts. I don't need all the fucking bullshit else around it. Just give me the facts. So we gotta go do something about it. We gotta go do something about it. You feel me?
Hey, one last question before we let you go, man. So you're pretty much our world traveler, right? You've been pretty much all over the place in the past 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So
I haven't been very dangerous overseas, thank God. But
well, I'm just saying, like in the countries that you've been overseas in the past couple of days, well, you've been, we'll just say Turkey, place like that. How do they view us over there in those countries? Like when you walk off the plane, how do they view you? Now I know they probably see you and they're probably scared. Black guy with a bald head, walking around like I got a bald head. But how do they view you? Like how do they view Americans?
They can't see.
Oh man, I was straight American from the get go. From the time I left motherfucking Atlanta to the time I came back to Atlanta, I had so many looks. It's unbelievable. Why? Because I'm like way over 200 pounds. I got a bald head and I'm light skinned, so I can't pass for African even when I spoke a different language. I'll go to the deli mart. I see a dude speaking to a black dude in German. I'm thinking I'm good. I start speaking to him. That motherfucker comes back to me in English. Say, hey, are you a soldier? I'm like, no, motherfuckers. I was over in Frankfurt doing stuff as I walk from Frankfurt, Germany, and as I walk by people, let's just say I wasn't in a good part of the neighborhood. But anyway, I was in a hustle part of the neighborhood. So as I'm walking by, niggas just like turning heads because all they see is money. They think I'm like over there, especially in parts of Germany where the soldiers used to be at. We spend a lot of money, so they're thinking I'm motherfucking rich. So every time I went somewhere in Germany during that time, they was thinking, okay, this dude has money. He's obviously not African. He's too damn fat, but he's in good shape. So we're gonna hustle him. All right, that's in Germany. So I had good times in Germany. Fast forward it and rewind it to Turkey. As soon as I stepped off the plane, man, I'm getting hard looks by everybody. Every military age male, aka 17 to 65. Freaking, it seems like they turned their head and just glared at me.
Damn, Granddad.
Hey, 17 to 65?
Granddad, wherever you at, you got a chance, bro.
Hear me out, man.
You got a chance, bro.
Re-up
right now.
17 to 65 eggs?
Everyone at time. Oh yeah, with the males, the military age males, they glared the shit out of me, man. Well, I wasn't worried about them because I could see their hands. I'm good, but I was worried about those darn women walking around in motherfucking ninja suits, aka burqas and hijabs. So I couldn't see anything, and I ain't gonna lie. So that kind of scared me, man. I ain't gonna lie.
We know.
Hey, I got a question for you, man. So you fear the women wearing, the burqas and the hijabs, right? Do you fear a nun?
Yeah. That fair enough?
A fear a nun, like a person who works as a nun, Catholic nun, because they stay covered up. They might not be as covered up, but they are covered up.
Pretty much cover head to toe the same, bro. You can see the face, and the other ones you can only see the eyes. Eggs, man. You there?
Did we lose you?
I want to say it's ingrained in my head like racism though, but yeah, I was like every time I see a nun, it's like peace. It's like yeah, she's gonna help me.
Now is that because of the media? Like we grew up thinking if a nun, you know, that's a child of God, this and that. That's
are you even Catholic, Eggs?
No, I'm not Catholic. I'm just saying like nuns wasn't. I never seen nuns in the motherfucking videos blowing themselves up. I seen a couple of burkas and hijabs. I seen those bitches freaking saying celebrating during 9/11 and freaking doing executions, but I never saw a nun celebrate say la 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 when she was getting his head chopped off.
Yeah, I think it's the concept associated with it. Like when you look at a nun, you look at Catholic Church, you look at peace, you look at prayers. And
well, like nowadays,
child molestation.
Not nowadays.
Yeah, you know,
child predators.
Yeah.
When I look at them, I be like, let me keep my kids out of these Catholic private.
But you know, when you look at somebody wearing a burqa, you think about like what you revert to, what was presented to you was terrorism, was bombing, and I think that's where Egg's fear is coming from.
See, I agree with Eggs because for our training wise, because he brought up a good point. All the videos that we've seen are people that's been blown up doing all the shootings are wearing hijabs and the burqas. You never see anybody in a nun outfit except for on what's that not Brad Pitt movie, but the Town.
Oh yeah,
where they're running around robbing banks as nuns.
I mean, that was just a get up for the.
What I'm just saying, but if they started doing that like all the time, like
then you will start registering like to your your brain, and then you'll start thinking, oh, they bad people.
Well, I know this. Last time I flew back to New York, I got on the plane. It was full of nuns, and I'm like, either I'm going to be really safe on this trip, or something bad's about to happen. I need all the help I can get.
You thought you was the exorcist.
Hey, so we're gonna get ready to let you go, man. You got anything else you want to add before I let you go?
Nah, man. I appreciate your time, bro. I'm about to go to New Orleans and find some chick to play Thai ping pong. So ping pong, Thai ping pong.
All right, brother. Be safe out there, man.
Later, pimp.
Be good, Eggs.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I think that went pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, and I know we delved into it pretty deep, and you know, we got some good insight from the respondents and Eggs with his little stories and stuff. But just real quick, just to kind of cap it up, with this Gen Forward survey, it's a good read as far as, you know, what the studies and how they polled the people. But some of their key findings, going and looking at it, you see how the different the respondents to the poll, you see how like people they view different things and like going back to the fears and irrational fears. Like they had some pretty decent findings as far as like how minorities versus their white counterparts view like police interactions versus terrorism and things like that. So, you know, if you get a chance to take a look at it and see, you know, like, I guess, you know, where you fall in line and as far as how you think and as far as some of these situations and if, you know, they play into your fears or if they don't.
Yeah. So I'll link all these articles, the ones that Zach was just talking about and the ones we talked about earlier in the show notes like we've been doing. But I think we should go ahead and pick that winner, right?
Hey, yeah.
Let's
see what we got.
Most people have been listening to it. So I got this random number generator up.
Okay.
And I got the list of people.
All right.
And I'm about to put the number in right now. So let me see. Click on my little buttons. All right. So I'm about to hit the generate button.
Let's do it. Let's see who the lucky winner is. We got
to... So number 7. And it's gonna let me count because I'm not a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So since they didn't put their actual full name, they just put their email address. So it'd just be a Cynthia M Ford 44. Oh. I'm not gonna say where the actual full email address is at, but
Cynthia Ford, you got a gift card coming your way.
Yeah, possibly one of these cool T-shirts. Depending how I feel like getting it. You know,
Imperfect Nation. Coming at you.
Yeah, so we'll get with you offline and set it up. See, we'll ship it out to you. So if you didn't win, don't feel too bad because we'll probably run another one of these.
And if you didn't win, but you entered, that means you've been listening.
Yeah,
which we appreciate.
True.
Yeah. So keep listening.
So if
never know what's gonna happen.
If you like the whole video concept we got going on and everything like that, let us know and let us know what we can improve on with it. Because like I said, this is the first time we tried it. See if we get it to work, and it's working so far.
Yeah, man.
So, anything else, guys?
Hey,
it's been a good day.
One nation.
Yeah, it's been a good day.
Yep.
So let me find our little outro music real quick. bebop onto my little stuff. So
We out.
Thank